Good morning, everyone. Respected Principal Dr. Mohammad Azam Sahab, our esteemed speakers, Dr. Pankaj Chandan Sahab, Dr. Shrikant Pant Sahab, Dr. Khurshid Alam Khan Sahab, and Dr. Mohammad Ashid Sahab, respected Dr. Bashir Ahmed Sahab, he has disconnected. Dear colleagues from the advisory and organizing committees, faculty members from different colleges, dear students, and all participants who have joined us online today. I extend a warm and courteous welcome to each one of you, and thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule to be with us this morning. We truly value your presence. Before I invite our speaker for the formal welcome address, allow me just a few seconds, a few moments to share a few words about the day and the event we are going to be part of. Respected colleagues and dear students, as all of us do know, World Environment Day has been celebrated annually since 1973. Each year, it comes with a sort of designated theme aimed at certain issues, drawing attention to that very issue that basically comes from some sort of pressing environmental issues our planet is facing today. This year, as you all know, the focus is on plastic pollution, a theme that is both timely and deeply relevant as we are almost drowning in a world of plastic. It's everywhere. Anyway, we'll deliberate on it later. The point I want to highlight here is, while this is observed worldwide, everywhere with great enthusiasm, that is fine. But one thing, do we really need to mark such a day, Environment Day? Is it something that we do necessarily need to think over and organize such events? Or has it simply become one more day in the long list of days we symbolically observe every now and then? I mean, is there truly something wrong with the health of our environment that we need to pause and think about? The answer, unfortunately, is yes. There is something wrong with our environment. There is real danger. There does exist threats to our health, our ecosystems, and in fact, our own survival and existence. In our busy life, we do not think of it, but it is the reality. In fact, we are living in times of unprecedented environmental degradation. While the progress of human development is undeniable, the environmental cost we have incurred and are continuously paying is very high. Though it may be invisible in our day-to-day lives, but the price we may not feel that high today, but our future generations are likely to pay it heavily. And unfortunately, there won't be any option of reversing the damage we are causing our planet. Again, very unfortunately, we cannot blame anyone else for all this. It is we ourselves, through our habits, our greeds, our policies, and the habit of neglect that we and our staff secretary of the institution to present formal welcome address, please.
Sir, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Problem at my end.
Good morning and a warm welcome to you all. It is with great pride and deep sense of responsibility that I, Maruf Khan, on behalf of the Department of Botany, SCS Government Degree College, Mendhar, take this opportunity to formally welcome all participants to the National Webinar on Environmental Day 2025. This meaningful event is organized by the Department of Environment Sciences under the able guidance of our IQAC. This webinar aims to bring together academicians, researchers, policymakers, students, and other members of the scientific community who are actively working across diverse areas of environmental research. It will provide a holistic platform for exchanging knowledge through scientific presentations, discussions, and interactions, ultimately promoting a research-oriented temperament. We believe that this gathering will foster collaborative thinking and offer innovative ideas for sustainable and progressive development. This webinar also marks a significant step in raising awareness and fostering a collective responsibility toward environmental protection and sustainable living. Your presence and participations are truly valued as we reflect on this year's theme and explore meaningful actions for a healthier planet. We are deeply honored to have with us today a distinguished panel of experts and environmental thought leaders, each of whom has made commendable contribution in their respective field. Their presence not only adds prestige to this event, but also enriches it with valuable insights into real-world application in conservation science, biodiversity management, and sustainable development. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Principal Dr. Muhammad Azam for his unwavering support, leadership, insightful guidance, and encouragement, which have made instrumental in making this webinar possible. I also extend a warm welcome to our keynote speakers, Dr. Shekhar Pant, Director in charge, Center of Biodiversity Studies, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University, Rajouri, known for his impactful research and administrative leadership in biodiversity. Meanwhile, Dr. Pankaj Chandan, Senior Nature Conservation Scientist and former team leaders, WWF, whose pioneering conservation efforts have significantly influenced Himalayan ecosystem. Dr. Khurshid Alam Khan, Deputy Director and Nodal Officer, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, bringing a crucial policy level perspective to our discussions. My heartfelt welcome to Dr. Muhammad Ashik, Peace Activist and Head Department of Botany, GDC Thana Mandi, a respected academician known for promoting peace and environmental awareness across institutions. Special thanks to welcome Dr. Bashir Ahmed, Head Department of Physics, SCS Government Degree College, Mendhar, whose continuous guidance inspires the organization of such meaningful events. Dr. Sachad Hussain, Coordinator IQAC, SCS Government Degree College, Mendhar, for his tireless efforts in quality assurance and academic excellence. A special welcome and deep appreciation go to Dr. Junaid Jazab, Organizing Secretary and Head Department of Environment Sciences, SCS Government Degree College, Mendhar, whose untiring dedication and commitment have made this webinar a reality and a platform for critical thinking on environmental challenges. I also express my sincere gratitude to the heads of the various departments, faculty members, researchers, students, and other delegates who have joined us today. I hope this platform encourages rich discussions, debates, and interactions that lead to strong and effective recommendations for a better future. Once again, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to each one of you. Let us together make this webinar a grand success. Let's celebrate World Environment Day, not just with words, but with purpose. Thank you once again. Welcome to one and all.
Thank you, sir. So nice of you. We have 4 speakers today. We have with us respected Dr. Shrikar Pant Sahab, Director in Charge, Center for Biodiversity Studies, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University. We have Dr. Pankaj Chandan, renowned scientist, nature conservationist, and former team leader, WWF. We have Dr. Khurshid Alam Khan Sahab, Deputy Director and Nodal Officer, Ministry of Environment, Government of India. And last we have, but not the least, Dr. Muhammad Ashif Sahab, peace activist and head Department of Botany, Government Degree College, Khanamandi. Our first key speaker today is Dr. Shrikar Pant Sahab, who is associated with Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University, Rajouri. He is currently director at the Center for Biodiversity Studies, School of Biosciences and Biotechnology, Rajouri. He did his PhD work at Kumaon University, Nainital, and GB Pant National Institute of Himalayan Environment, an autonomous institute of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, and obtained his doctorate degree from Kumaon University, Nainital in 2001. His specialization includes areas of biodiversity conservation and management, socio-economic and ecological approaches for sustainable development, sustainable livelihood developments, ecological modeling, climate change, socio-ecological development. He has published over 80 scientific papers, articles, and 4 books. He is on the editorial board of 3 international journals and reviewer for more than 80 international and national journals. He is a fellow of Linnean Society, London, fellow of Royal Society of Biology, London, and International Society of Plant Reproductive Biology. Recently, Dr. Pant is elected as a lifetime member of National Academy of Sciences, Allahabad, India. Dr. Pant received Scientist of the Year award from NISA, New Delhi in 2021 for outstanding contribution on biodiversity conservation. Dr. Pant is also figured in World Scientist and University Ranking, Scientific Index for the research work, publications, citations, H Index for the period 2021 to 2025. He has worked as principal investigator in 8 research and developmental projects in the thematic areas of biodiversity conservation, monitoring and mapping livelihood upliftment, germplasm conservation, and collection in the last 5 years. He has organized several national conferences, workshops, and training programs at BGSB University with external funding support. So he'll be speaking today on nature-based solutions, which is also very much relevant with the this year's World Environment Day theme. That is, we are drowning in a world of plastics. Plastic is everywhere, and it is seemingly impossible to get rid of this. Say it a menace or blessing, but it is everywhere. And if we have nature-based solutions, if we have nature-based alternatives, we can think of switching over to sustainability, sustainable methods of livelihood. So, Dr. Pant, over to you. Screen is yours. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Junaid Saab, for your decorative words. And I have already shared my PowerPoint presentation. Can you please share my PowerPoint presentation from my behalf from your side?
Okay, Kasim sir,
Sir,
could you
sir,
please?
I'm sharing. I'm just sharing, sir.
Okay, okay, just in a minute. Yes.
Is it
Okay,
visible, sir?
it's available. It's visible or not?
Yes, sir. It's very much visible and probably got.
I'm audible also.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
you are
you are
audible.
First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizers for inviting to share my views and equipped gathering on a very day, that is World Environment Day. My gratitude to Principal GDC Mendhar and the organizers, especially Junaid Sahab, Mohammad Bashir Sahab, Sadiq Sahab, Jameel Sahab, Naaz Sahab, Riaz Hussain Sahab, and my fellow colleagues, fellow speakers also, Dr. Pankaj Sahab, Khurshid Sahab, Deputy Director and Nodal Officer, Ministry of Environment and Forest, Mohammad Ashik Sahab, my dear students. Today, of course, the climate change and the sustainable development is nowadays a buzzword, and we're still looking an alternate solution to mitigate the problem that is associated with this phenomena. And here I will discuss the another dimension of the role of biodiversity, ecosystem services, and nature-based solutions for better tomorrow. Next, please. First of all, I would like to showcase our university. Here you can have magnificent view of Baba Ghulam Shah Bajpayee University, Rajouri. And this university, Rajouri, was established in 2005. And 2007, we started the Center for Biodiversity Studies with the following mission. Next one, please. Study the all living systems of for different parameters to inventorize, document, conserve, and suggest ways for most judicious uses of the biodiversity that is available in the Pir Panjal ranges in particular and Jammu and Kashmir in general. Next one, please. At this time, we are basically busy with three activities: teaching, research, and extension. And as of now, we have two courses, MSc and PhD in environmental sciences. Next one, please. From the time immemorial, there is a deep intimacy between human beings and his surroundings, or in the past or even today. Natural resources are the lifeline of human beings as they provide all basic things to fulfill our day-to-day requirement. The holy epic Ramayana and Mahabharata carry the excellent examples of Kandmul Phal, that is the present day wild edibles, and Sanjeevani Booty, of course, the present day life saving drugs. All these are the excellent examples of the utilization of available bioresources. But nowadays, we are using our all bioresources without any thinking of our future. And in the current COVID-19 pandemic scenario, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India has also recommended the regular consumption of concoctions or decoctions of various herbs as immunity booster. Thus, now it become imperative to have the knowledge regarding our valuable bioresources so that we can use it in a very judicious manner. Next one, please. Human society, that we know very well that the human society depends on biological resources and provide all essential goods and services to fulfill day-to-day requirement, and we depend on oxygen, food, water, medicines, and many more. And the benefits that we receive from our ecosystem is now termed as ecosystem services. And keeping in this mind, what are the possible benefits supplied to human society by natural ecosystem, the values related to the ecosystem services can be grouped into four categories. Next one, please. Provisioning ecosystem services, regulatory ecosystem services, cultural and supporting ecosystem services. Next one, please. We know very well that the biodiversity contributes directly and indirectly to many constraints of human well-being, including security, basic materials for goods, good life, health, good social relations, freedom of choice and actions. Next one, please. As we know that we have diverse kind of ecosystem, right from mountain cold deserts to hot desert, coastal areas to dry land and rural to urban ecosystem. But on the same time, we are harnessing our available ecosystem to fulfill our day-to-day requirement like food, fuel, fodder, and help in soil erosion, climate control, provide us so many direct and indirect benefits. Next one, please. And here you can see the rainbow of different ecosystem services, especially from our own Himalayan region. Next one. Next one, please. Biodiversity, previous one. Biodiversity, besides its ecological significance, provides a socio-economic and monetary assets to the nation that concerned with national accounting system. And here we have a comparative analysis of monetary benefits or assets of different Himalayan states, and our erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir states accounts for 2.65 million US dollar. This is as per the ecosystem services survey analysis conducted by Professor J.S. Singh, BHU, 1994, and that this I have taken from the 10th GB Pant Memorial Lecture delivered by Professor J.S. Singh. Next one, please. Now come to our own Himalayan region in relation to various ecosystem services. Here we have a broad spectrum of ecosystem services, right from aroma culture, vegetable production, fruit production, vermicomposting, aquaculture, medicinal and aromatic plant cultivation and processing, mushroom cultivation, biobriquette, that is the alternative source of uh, smokeless free source of energy. Next one. Whenever we talk about Jammu and Kashmir hosts a plethora of ecosystem services. Some notable are or peculiar to Jammu and Kashmir states are Kashmiri Kangdi, saffron, traditional wool extraction, Pashmina wool, apricots, wetlands, walnut, Pinus gerardiana, that we have the only Pinus edible pine, wood carving, chicory woodcraft, especially from the Rajouri and Punch region, diversity of kidney beans. Next one. But now the question comes, in what way? Now the question, next one plus. Now the question comes, in what way our ecosystem services help in human well-being or help in providing the sustainable livelihood? Next one, please. For this, we have three approaches. Number one is value addition for generating revenue. In our area, we have the plenty of anardana and wild edibles. So we can use biotechnological methods to increase the shelf life of that locally available material and help local inhabitants in generating revenue with the help of value added products. Next one, please. Number two, we can use locally available materials by providing some technical inputs or training to the locals. We can uplift the socio-economic status of the locals. Likewise, we can train them in making basket from locally available material, wood craft training, weaving craft, training for aquaculture, mushroom cultivation, cultivation and processing of medicinal and aromatic plants. Next one. Third aspect is promotion. In this approach, we can showcase our local products to attract the tourists from the different corners. Likewise, we can promote our local cuisine like makki ki roti and saag lassi with timru ki chutney, showcase our floral and faunal wealth. It will certainly boost our tourism activity, and by doing this, we can harness the potential of our ecosystem services in promoting sustainable livelihood or human well-being. Next one. We know very well that human survival and economic well-being are essentially related to the biodiversity survival, which is in fact the reflective index of our well-being or our ecosystem. And we need to maintain our natural resources or global heritage of our biodiversity for our future generation. and also play a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance for various purposes, and help significantly to maintain our health as well as the health of our ecosystem, or in the wider term we can say that the biodiversity is the living wealth of our earth. Next one please. Next one please. The loss of biodiversity. The loss of a biodiversity due to several factors that includes the anthropogenic pressure, over exploitation, habitat fragmentation, coupled with global warming, climate change pose the biggest threat to the native biodiversity and invite non-native or exotic species. And here you can see some direct examples of biodiversity loss and its consequences due to anthropogenic pressures, over exploitation, habitat fragmentation. Next one please. And this will lead to this type of situation, previous one, and you heard this type of news almost every year, like summer and sometime during. Next one. Further, there is a global increase. There is an increase in the frequency of hazards leading to the disaster. This is all because of the loss of biodiversity. Next one. Now the question comes, what is the solution? Keeping in view the present condition, like COVID-19 pandemic scenario, nature has itself decided to reclaim itself, and the invisible virus has done it successfully by shutting down almost everything for more than 2 to 3 years. And presently we are also facing the consequences or the repercussion, the consequences of the COVID-19 virus. Therefore we have to be very very intelligent in our actions. Now the question comes, what is the solution? The solution is, as we look our home or mother whenever we are in pain, or look our surroundings for finding the solutions of every small problems. In the same manner, there is a growing need to accommodate traditional or indigenous concept of the value of biodiversity with particular emphasis on nature-based solutions. It simply means that come back to home again for the survival and fulfill overall well-being of human welfare. Next one. Nature-based solutions use or mimic the natural processes to enhance water availability, improve water quality, and reduce risk associated with the water-related disasters. Next one. Nature-based solution aims help to societies to address a variety of environmental, social, and economic challenges in a sustainable way, which are inspired by, supported by, or copied from the nature. Next one. The term nature-based solutions was put forward by the practitioners in the late 20th century, used by various international organizations like such as IUCN and World Bank in the context of finding new solutions to mitigate and adapt to climate change effects by working with natural solution. Next one. Next one, please. Commonly, we have 3 Ps, like 3 Rs for transformational changes: people, park, and planet. We can find better ways to conserve natural and cultural diversity by involving governments, businesses, and citizens in establishing and managing the parks, and inspire people around the globe to reconnect with the nature and demonstrate nature solutions to solve our planet's challenges such as climate change, health, food, and water security. Next one. With this, we can drive some achievable solutions like enhancing conservation goal, responding to climate change, improving health and well-being, supporting human life, reconciling development challenges, respecting indigenous and traditional knowledge and culture, enhancing the diversity and quality of governance, and inspiring new generation to adopt nature-based solution. Next one, please. Nature-based solutions can have the potential to be the cost-effective, resource and energy efficient and resilient to change, and it have the potential to contribute to green growth of the nation, help in securing future, fostering citizens well-being and human health, and providing green business opportunities. Next one. Nature-based solutions can address societal challenges through protection, sustainable management, and restoration of both natural as well as the modified ecosystem, and benefiting both biodiversity as well as human well-being. Nature-based solutions are underpinned by benefits that flow from the healthy ecosystems to the human society, and from human society to healthy ecosystem. They target major challenges like climate change, disaster risk reductions, flood and water security, biodiversity loss, human health, and are critical to sustainable economic development. Next one. Further, nature-based solutions have the potential to be the cost-effective, resource and energy efficient and resilient to change. Temperature reductions, air quality improvement, reduced surface runoff, biodiversity and aesthetics. These are the some benefits of the green spaces, or the examples of the nature-based solutions, especially in the cities. Next one. Now the question comes, why the nature-based solution? The simple answer is that the nature-based solution provides multiple benefits to the society. Nature-based solutions are the actions to protect, sustainably manage and restore natural and modified ecosystem, and address societal challenges effectively, efficiently and adaptively, simultaneously benefiting people and nature. Next one. Here you can see the some examples of nature-based solutions. That is just nothing, that is just closeness with the nature, and we know very well the importance of these green spaces in our day-to-day life. Next one. Now there is a paradigm shift in our practice. Previously we think in terms of and we have two schools, old thinking versus new thinking, and previously we think in terms of related to planning, construction and operation, maintenance and cost. But now in present scenario there is a shift, and now we are investing in nature to solve today's challenges for better tomorrow. Next one. We know very well that nature plays an immense role in our in every aspects of our life, and offer untapped solutions to some of our biggest challenges. Nature based solutions are actions to protect, sustainably manage, restore natural as well as modified ecosystem, to address societal variety of societal challenges, simultaneously providing benefits for people and the environment, and provides platform for climate equity and equity, nature and prosperity. Next one. According to the Vivid Economics Private Limited 2021, nature-based solutions ought to increase fourfold in real terms by 2050 if the world is meet to its climate change, biodiversity, land degradation targets. Forest-based solution alone would amount to US dollar 203 billion per year, followed by silvopasture, followed by peatland, and by mangrove restoration by zero point 0.5 US billion dollar per year. Nature-based solutions can contribute in improving contribute to improving the environmental quality, social life, and local economies in urban areas. Homestay-like concept, especially in Himalayan region, and we always look for green spaces like park, forest areas in our day-to-day life to solve many hidden problems. These are the some classical examples of well-maintained green spaces in different parts of the country, and this can be the good option for green business opportunity also. Next one. And here we can offer some classical examples, especially from our own rich ancient culture. Surely it will help to create livable and productive green urban environments for empowered local communities and boost green business opportunity, especially for the Himalayan people. Next one. And here you can have some our we can have some our own examples like Yamuna Biodiversity Park and Aravali Biodiversity Park, because nature based solutions always help to access in access to green spaces and good quality landscape, enhance neighborhood spaces. It will help to improve health sector, increase well-being, increases social cohesion and reduce crime and enhance uh, community support, and explore new forms of stakeholders participation in urban designing and planning. Next one. These are the some our own examples in maintaining the which directly or indirectly related to maintaining the green areas, especially with the help of the nature based solutions. The Yamuna Biodiversity Park maintained by the MCD New Delhi. Next one. And now the question comes how we can involve our self or our different participations or our young generations. We can expose our team members, our staff partners for this very important learning experiences related to nature-based solutions. One should be the part of it, and we can train them how can you become involved in this particular or in this very serious exercise. We can showcase our biodiversity elements in different platforms to set good practices and inspiring solutions as main or side event of any function, and find out some local solutions, but the examples can be scaled up globally. Next one. Sustainable urbanization, it will help in stimulate economic growth as well as improving in the environment, making cities more attractive and enhancing human well-being, improve the resilience of ecosystem, enhancing them to deliver the vital ecosystem services and also meet other societal challenges and provide more resilient responses and enhance the storage of carbon. Next one, please. Next one. Next one, please. Of course, the traditional knowledge, in my personal opinion, traditional knowledge, we can include our traditional knowledges uh, uh, as a nature-based solutions to meet our different societal challenges with the help of the nature-based solutions. Next one. Traditional knowledge vis-a-vis nature-based solutions are more or less similar as both phenomena, as because both are related to how people view and interact with the nature, and always talk we both as well as the traditional knowledge and the nature-based solutions always talk about the importance of the healthy ecosystem uh, with the implementation of the nature-based solution. Next one. Human interactions with the plants with applications in many areas including food security, climate change and biodiversity conservation, and it can also help to integrate the local as well as the scientific knowledge to improve the local food system and conserve biodiversity. Next one. Nature-based solutions aim to address climate change as well as the climate change, biodiversity loss by protecting and restoring the sustainable managing and the ecosystem, whereas the nature-based solutions can help to improve human well-being and safeguard a stable and biodiversity for a stable and biodiversity future. Next one. Ethnobotany in now this is there is a link between nature based solution and traditional knowledge. Ethnobotany can help to integrate local as well as the scientific knowledge to advance the cause of biocultural conservation, improve the local food system by promoting agricultural diversity or agrodiversity and better use of land and water, and also it can be used to bring indigenous plants to into urban areas and urban landscape for their herbal and aesthetic qualities. Next one. here you can see the some local examples like Kulhar, the natural water, Uttarakhandi cap, Himachali cap, and also the wood carving and the jute bag. Next one. Next one, please. Of course, there are some key gaps. How to maximize the effectiveness of nature-based solutions into actions, especially the urban green spaces, because it's completely perception-based. My perception is altogether different from your perception, and it's very difficult how to learn from the nature and translate into practice. Again, this is perception based because my perception is totally different from your perception. How and when local adaptation actions can be transferred into the context is, again, it's a very difficult, and as such, till now we don't have any especially quantified or quantitative data in this aspect. Next one. Of course, there are some risks and challenges associated with the nature-based solutions: resource availability, continuous resource availability, economic growth, quality of urban environment, uh, demands for new construction and infrastructure, decoupling of economic growth from the depletion of resources, economic development. We need have to have new business models every time whenever we um, uh, copy this idea or copy this idea from one place to another place. Environmental impact, urban resilience, we don't have social dimension data, people happiness, disease, obesity, still we don't have this type of data. These are the some risk and challenges associated with the nature based solution. Next one. Traditional knowledge can be lost due to the lack of proper documentation. The over harvesting of wild resources from their natural habitat is also a major threat to the traditional aspect. Concern about the indigenous rights, cultural knowledge, traditional resources that had to be led to some related with the biopiracy. Next one. For most of plant derived molecules, the mechanism of the action is still unknown. There are some ethical concerns regarding the interaction with the indigenous population. We always publish the information without taking the confidence, without taking into the confidence of the locals. There can be a divide between rural and urban areas for the exchange of dimension of knowledge. Fragile ecosystem can be lead to the habitat loss. Next one. Of course, there are some challenges. Develop and test how nature-based solutions can be turned into the bankable opportunity, because nobody wants to invest in the like a business of nature-based solutions where we don't have any kind of guaranteed return. The need of social and governance innovation as much as technological as in other discipline like artificial intelligence or computer sciences or other businesses innovations. Next one. We need to foster multi and transdisciplinary approaches to boost the nature-based solutions. Need to focus not only the mega cities but also on the medium and small cities, especially whenever we go to Jammu. There have a new concept of vertical gardening, and this we should promote this into our areas like Rajouri, Thanamandi, Mendhar, or the other areas of other surrounding areas. Need to raise awareness of existing initiatives or experiments like the vertical garden concepts we are talking. These are the some small contributions in our lab. We are also working on this aspect, and from our lab we are contributing in our small manner. Next one. Next one, please. Next one. Next one. This is because of chicory wood, because chicory is a very important plant, especially from the Rajouri and Poonch region, and somehow we succeeded in highlighting the criticalness or the over exploitation of chicory woods. Next one. Next one. Next one, please. And in the end, I would like to conclude my talk with the famous quote of the Senegalese poet Baba Dayoum. In the end, We conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand. We will understand only what we are taught. In my opinion or my view, there should be a blend of science with the social science, so that that can provide a unique and important contribution to the society to develop better understanding between humans and nature. Further, for conservation, social scientists to need willing work with natural science or the scientists for the better understanding for a better tomorrow. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this insightful talk. Definitely, these things do contribute, and will take something, some idea, some inspiration from this talk of yours. So much. Thank you so much, sir. Meanwhile, we have been joined by several more participants from across the state and as well as from across Lakhanpur. We have been joined by some scholars of Punjab Agriculture University and some other institutions. We have been joined by Professor Isha Agror, Professor Neeru Sharma, Professor Dr. Mosmi Rena, and some other colleagues. You are all heartily and warmly welcome. Thank you so much, sir. If particularly from students, Kasim sir, if is there any questions from participants?
If anyone is
Hello.
having any sort of question, he can type it in the message in the chat box also.
Yes, if you are hesitant, please type your questions in chat box.
Yeah.
We'll present those questions to our speakers, to our
Next, sir,
experts.
you want to share my presentation to the participants also. No issue.
Oh, sure, we'll share it. So, Kasim sir, should we proceed?
Yes,
The
sir.
next-
There is no question. I think there is no question.
Okay. Even if there is some question afterwards, uh, they're welcome. So our next key speaker is Dr. Pankaj Chandan Sahab. Dr. Pankaj Chandan has been very kind to be with us every time we disturb him and invite him. So Dr. Pankaj Chandan is a wildlife biologist and an expert on Himalayan ecology and wildlife. He has received his training on wetland management from Wildlife Institute of India. He has studied wetland science and wetland ecology at Darwin University in Australia. He has also completed his graduation in conservation leadership from WWF Conservation Leadership College at Netherlands, and later he completed his doctorate in wildlife sciences from Department of Wildlife Sciences at Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Dr. Pankaj is a member of Goose and Crane Specialist Group of Species Survival Commission of IUCN. He is a member of J&K Wildlife Board and also a member of J&K Pollution Control Board. So he will be talking today, also relating his topic, his specialization with these worsening impacts of plastic pollutions and its impacts, particularly on black-necked crane. So, Dr. Chandan, the screen is yours. Please go ahead.
I'm just trying to share my presentation.
Yes, sir. Please share it. So there is an icon with screen with an arrow. Just click. Yes.
Is it visible? I think it's coming up.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes,
sir,
yes,
it's visible.
it's fine.
Okay. Very good afternoon.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, sir. Can you please move the slide?
Yes, is it moving?
Yeah, it's moving. It's moving, sir. Moving,
Yeah.
sir. Okay, sir.
So
You can carry on, sir.
there is some
okay, sir.
disturbance with the mic. Can everybody put the mics on mute? Yeah. So at the very outset, I would like to thank Principal Government Degree College Mendhar for organizing this event, and very special thanks to my dear colleague or friend Junaid Jazib for all his hard work in putting up these type of efforts in organizing such events. I see my friend, dear friend Maruf, Dr. Sarshad also here, and I'm glad that gems in the field of conservation, Dr. Khurshid Alam, Sri Karpant, and Ashik Malik Saab are also speaking today on this event. So today we are basically celebrating World Environment Day. So it's a celebration. And my very first slide, if you can see, it's a celebration. It shows that we must celebrate our pristine environments which are there across Himalayas. And this is a habitat of a bird, a black-necked crane. And I would like to discuss the theme of today's World Environment Day, ending plastic pollution globally. So off and on we see how to end single-use plastic, these type of slogans across the globe. And this in itself reflects that how serious the problem of plastic pollution is. Plastic pollution impacts every ecosystem and every species on Earth, which includes us. So this day is also a day for serious thinking. And in today's Excelsior itself, our LG has put up a message saying that it's a powerful reminder of our collective responsibility. And of course, our forest minister, who is from Mendhar, sees this event as an opportunity to work together to end the plastic pollution. So plastic has really of late been seen as a very serious threat to ecosystems, to species. And my presentation today very specifically focuses on few birds and how plastic pollution impacts. And I would like to tell, मैं सबको बताना चाहूँगा कि मेरे पास 2-3 स्टोरीज हैं रिसेंट फील्ड विजिट्स की जो मैं आज शेयर करूँगा प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन कैसे हमें इम्पैक्ट कर रही है. And if you see my presentation's title, the main species I'll be speaking on is black-necked cranes, and this is the distribution of black-necked crane across India. And this is a photograph from Ladakh in the month of October last year, 2024, when we were doing a survey in Ladakh. And this is a routine from last 2 decades. We have been documenting black-necked cranes across India, China, and Bhutan. And towards the end of our surveys, we were very happy that this year the breeding productivity was highest in Ladakh region for black-necked cranes. But what astonished us was this picture in the upper Indus basin. And I would like to urge students also to do these type of activities wherever they get opportunity. What we saw in the upper Indus basin, this is a dump of plastics near a army camp, and the cranes were feeding on the plastic. And we immediately decided that we will stop there for a few days and see how much garbage these birds are eating and how much threats they will be having, because immediately after October, these birds migrate from Ladakh to lower lying areas of China and Bhutan. And you see, India has roughly less than 100 black-necked cranes and only 15 breeding pairs. And we saw 8 breeding pairs feeding on this plastic dump. It was a really serious cause of concern. What we did, immediately after the field visit, we contacted Chief Wildlife Warden in Leh. Mr. Brijmohan Sharma was there at that time, and he was kind enough to immediately use these photographs as an advocacy campaign to clear plastic dumps from across Chongthang Cold Wildlife Sanctuary. And he wrote to Army Journal in Ladakh. He had some meetings, and the result was within a week's time, below is a picture of the same site, all the dumps were cleared. But the point here is that plastic is really a serious threat, and we don't know whether these birds will survive in future or not. That is a cause of concern. So that's what I wanted to highlight today. The second story, as I said, मैं कुछ stories ही share करूंगा recent field work की. This is cinereous vulture, one of the very critically endangered birds. And this picture is in the month of March at Samba, Vijaypur, very close to the AIMS hospital, which is coming up in Jammu. And Panthji also mentioned about epic Ramayana, where there is a lot of mention of biodiversity, but in Ramayana, there is a very special mention of this bird also. Cinereous vulture is written as Jatayu in Ramayana, and that adds to the cultural significance of these important birds. And then what we saw, I and my colleague Dr. Sachin Bhagat, he works in higher education department. We were together in the month of March this year only, and we were very sad to see that cinereous vulture was eating plastics. So now I want to urge everyone present here that moment we throw an empty bottle, moment we throw a small piece of plastic into the environment, we become cause of death of one species or the other. So that is what should instigate us to think more seriously on this issue of plastic. And this vulture, which is very critically endangered, very few numbers visit Jammu because it's a migratory species also. And we have to see how we can stop this plastic. And every time in future, in the coming days or months, you remember you throw a small pouch from your car or bus, small empty bottle, but do realize that that action is becoming a cause of death for many species, and it's a cause of serious concern. So these are the pictures. I'm using pictures to encourage students to see that how serious the problem is. This is a beautiful bird, Brahmini starling, and in coming months this must have also died because it was feeding on small plastic pieces in an area in Jammu. And this is a picture I took from National Geographic magazine. It should provoke us. It should be a cause of very serious thinking that once we put even an empty plastic bag into any ecosystem, somebody must have placed this in water, and we think this bird will survive. No, it will not. So plastic has become a very serious cause of concern. And today's message from UN Secretary General, if you see, he has said one very important thing in his address, that a new global treaty to end plastic pollution will very soon be coming. And within next 2 months, to discuss this treaty, all the nations of the world will gather at UN headquarters. So again, I will urge the students to keep a close eye on this global treaty to end plastics also, because in one way or other, those actions, those decisions will impact also. So today's World Environment Day is all about asking us to think about, to give a serious consideration, what can we do to end this menace of plastic pollution. One action to protect, as I showed you a few birds only, this is a blackneck crane, is to create education and awareness across regions. And these are pictures from Ladakh right up to Sikkim and Arunachal, in educational institution where we use this bird as a tool for conservation and encourage students to do whatever actions they can, because they are the ones who are sitting next to the habitats of these birds. And then through community engagement, through meetings with the locals. Sometimes, as I said in my address earlier also, that we are here to celebrate nature. And sometimes activities like art in local educational institutions. Junaid Sahab, I'll encourage you to do these type of art activities in your Department of Environmental Sciences, and tell students to paint birds of Mendhar on the stones of River Mendhar. So that will certainly encourage them, and then also use the theme that how they can contribute to end plastic pollution. We have involved many universities, Jammu University, JNU, and Tejpur University. Last year, some of the events were organized to as part of this initiative, that how we can save these birds and tackle the menace of plastic in the region. Then sometimes students of MSc can go to their nearby schools and organize panel discussions like this. This is last month's picture on a panel discussion about conservation issues to the wildlife of Himalayas, organized by IUCN in Jammu. So these type of activities, and of course events which is being organized by Government Degree College Mendhar today, certainly contribute towards conservation of wildlife species and towards ending the plastic pollution. I will urge everyone to see this picture and yourself. I think picture speaks then more than 1,000 words. This is an albatross in the sea near UK. Last year, when one albatross died, and its stomach was when dissected, you see how much plastic is there. And as I said, knowingly or unknowingly, one of the biggest threats because of plastic is the single-use plastic, which is a cause of concern. और मैं सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगा कि सबसे डेंजरस प्लास्टिक जो है वो छोटा प्लास्टिक है, चाहे वो एक टॉफी या च्युइंग गम की जो पैकिंग है, बिकॉज इस पे भी बहुत सारी रिसर्च हुई है। या हम ₹1 का शैम्पू या सैशे खरीद लेते हैं और उसको बाहर फेंक देते हैं, बिकॉज वो बहुत इजी बन जाता है इन बर्ड्स और वाइल्ड लाइफ के को इंजेस्ट करना। एंड देन जब उनके स्टमक देखो तो यू कैन सी दिस। And the request is to dispose of these small plastics very carefully. Even एक बॉटल का वो जो ढक्कन हम ओपन करके प्लास्टिक का थ्रो कर देते हैं, that is a very serious danger to wildlife. So I just want to encourage everyone to see how our small actions can contribute towards tackling this menace of plastic pollution. And of course, a recent study which we did in Kishtwar High Altitude National Park. Of course, there were many universities, and one university, Central University of Jammu, we gave one component to Dr. Vanita in Central University of Jammu Department of Zoology to study what is the impact on the scats. They studied scats and saw plastics in the scats of snow leopard, plastics in the scats of brown bear. So this is the level of damage which this plastic is doing to every ecosystem and every species in our region also. And this snow leopard picture is a picture, last year's picture from a very important national park of Jammu, Kishtwar High Altitude National Park. So to end my talk, very specifically, I have kept this picture for Ashik Saab, who always advocates peace in the region. I think these birds which I discussed today are messenger of peace. because they don't recognize national or regional boundaries. They travel thousands of miles, and one of them is bar-tailed godwit, which travels every year 12,000, more than 12,000 kilometers in 8 days across different countries, and they act as messenger of peace. And we have to save these messengers of peace globally by ensuring that whatever our little actions we can do, we must do to protect these birds, and that will serve the purpose of today's theme on the World Environment Day, ending global plastic pollution. And I hope that I have been able to highlight some of the issues from Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh on plastics, and especially related to birds, how these birds are threatened from plastic pollution in the region. So thank you. With that, I'm ending my screen sharing, and back to the organizers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful presentation. It does encourage, it does inspire, and you have rightly advised us to encourage our students to contribute in their little way for sustainability, for a safe environment, for a safe and sustainable future. We'll surely try to follow your words, sir. As for plastics, you have very rightly highlighted the issue, sir. The situation is really very alarming, particularly if we talk of microplastics. These are very dangerous. These are toxins. These are even carcinogenic.
Yeah.
So, Kazim sir, is there any question from our participants? So I believe there is no one to ask anything.
And Junaid Sahab, I have a request that after 20 minutes, I have to go to attend another event. So in between, without disturbing you, I'll leave.
No issues, sir. No issues. So nice of you, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Alam sir.
Thank you.
So our next very special speaker is Dr. Khurshid Alam Khan Sahab. I believe he is with us. Yes. Dr. Khurshid Alam Khan Sahab, a PhD from prestigious Sher Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, Kashmir. He is currently Deputy Director and Nodal Officer in Ministry of Environment, Government of India. We are lucky enough, we are fortunate enough to have you with us today, sir. We are keen to listen to you. Please, sir, Dr. Khurshid Alam Sahab.
A very good afternoon, respected principal. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes, sir.
Okay. So, respected principal, HODs of the faculty, Junaid Sahab, Maruf Sahab, Sarsad Sahab, Asik Malik Sahab, Sikar Pan Sahab, and my colleague and senior Pankaj Jamdar Bhai. So, it is indeed a great honor for me to join you today at this pivotal webinar. I extended my sincere appreciation to the workshop of
So, Principal sir, please mute your mic, please. Arun sir, please mute your mic.
मैंने उसको बोल दिया ना, पर इसको छुट्टी मारो, फिर इसको
One
मैं क्या
minute.
करूँ? इसके ना इसके साथी मैंने देखा, मैंने सर्कल मारा, मैंने इसलिए इधर से वो सर्कल वाला उसको नया दिया, मैंने कहा जाओ ये बाकी वालों की रिपोर्ट ला, अपने मिला पैर में उठा करे भेजो रात
Principal sir. Sir, please
So,
mute
I have
your mic,
muted
sir,
him.
please.
Please go ahead. I have muted him from my end.
Okay, thank you. So I extend my sincere appreciation to the workshop organizers for bringing together a remarkable community of scientists, uh, conservationists, and the policymakers who are united by a common cause for the protection of our national rich and irreplaceable wildlife heritage. Right. So I was expecting that someone will be taught about the theme of the World Environment Day. That is the Am I audible? And what about the slide?
Yes, sir, you're audible and your slide is also visible, sir.
So it's not moving, I think.
Yeah, it's not moving, sir.
Khurshid Saab, actually you have selected the photo on the first slide. Just click on the photo and then move.
यार रिक्वेस्ट कुछ करे, बाकी वालों का भी है, इनको भी ले जा रहे साथ में। मैं क्या कर, इसको नहीं वो उसको दिया। हाँ उनका उसको दे देना, इसका ये वो मैंने उसमें दिया ना इसको। चलो सेम मैंने लास्ट में दिया ना वो इसकी, मैंने कहा यहाँ कटिंग है, चलो वो आपको अटैच कर लेंगे। ये कोई रिटर्न शिटर्न दे, इसका पिछला एफिडेविट दे के गया था ये जी।
May I share it with anyone on your WhatsApp number?
Yes, sir, you are audible. And but you're
जुनैद सर,
yes.
सर को बोलें आपको वो स्लाइड शेयर कर दें आपके व्हाट्सएप पे एंड आई विल शो इट सर।
Yes, sir. Kuchi sir, if you can share your slides with us.
Share your number.
1 minute. 99065.
Wait. Yes, 99
065
65
25666.
666.
Please share it
Yes,
with
yes.
us. We'll play it. All right. ये मुझे शेयर करते हैं, मैं आप ही को शेयर करता हूँ।
I think now it's visible, right?
Yes, it's visible. Please move, sir. Move with the arrow.
Sir, please set it on the play mode, sir.
It's working now.
Yes,
Yeah,
now
I think
it's
it will
Yeah,
do
yeah,
now.
it's working.
okay. Thank you so much. So
Please go ahead.
just expecting that someone will be talk about uh, the theme of today's uh, WED workshop, means the theme with the beat the plastic pollution, right? The Pankaj Bhai has really make a great effort to touch the one aspect, that is the impact of the plastic on the avifauna, right? Moreover, Dr. Srikant has given a detail uh, detail about the traditional methods for carve the plastic and other things. So I was just expecting that I have to give the brief about the role of ministry to how to curb the plastic pollution from the world. So the today's, this is the brief about the how we started it and how the World Environment Day celebrated annually. Everyone know very well that today on 5th of June we celebrate the World Environment Day. It's a flexible platform to raise global awareness and drive action for environment protection since its inspection in 1973. It has grown into a large global movement for the environment, engaging governments, business, community, scientists, and individuals across more than 160 countries. So the theme of 2025 is the beat the plastic pollution. It's underscored the critical need to phase out single-use plastic. Today's, day by day we are using plastic, and the most of the time it's a single-use plastic. So the single-use plastic has become a menace for not only for the wildlife but for the human also. I was yesterday we have an article which saying that it takes more than 500 to 1,000 years to decompose the plastic. But recently a new study has come and it says that the decomposition of the plastic is almost impossible. However, it decomposes and becomes the microplastic. So it comes through our once it decomposes, it's come in the air, it comes into the water, it's come any other way of what we inhale. Like recently, some scientist has found it in the vegetables, in the other plants, birds, even in the we consumes, even in the our day-to-day use. So the most important thing is how do we curb this single-use plastic? So what is the role of the ministry, MOEFCC, to curb or the fight against this plastic pollution? We have a multi-pronged approach involving policy, regulation, and public engagement. So, but the basic thing is the awareness. Until and unless we, the citizen, will not be aware about the impact of these microplastic or the plastics, we will not come to this stage to curb. Only the governments cannot change anything. The government can make the policies. The government can make the laws to regulate the pollution but it must be the citizen centric, right? That's why the ministry is taking a lot of effort to curb this plastic pollution. So by policy and regulation, MOEF has implemented the plastic waste management rule in 2016. Now it has amended in 2021, which ban identified single-use plastic item, promote extended. Further, we have extended producer responsibility for the plastic waste. Means if some industry has making some kind of plastic, it's their responsibility to to return, reuse and recycle all the amount of the plastic they has produced. So we have, this is the new extended producer responsibility regulation, which the ministry has recently introduced. Besides this, we have monitoring and enforcement. We have Central Pollution Control Board under the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, which regulates the state pollution control boards and the pollution control committees. Further, we enhance it, and we also working for the, we have the urban local bodies like municipal corporations and other rural development corporations and other stakeholders to ensure the compliance with the plastic waste management. Even in Jammu and Kashmir, we are working with many universities as well as the local urban bodies like the Jammu Municipal Corporation, Rural Development, all the block, even in the block offices, we are working with the BDOs to curb this plastic menace. What I told earlier, that awareness and capacity building is most important point, and for this we have several campaigns like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Mission Life, and we also today we are in Delhi, we are organizing a World Environment Day in Mahamandapam. MOFCC promotes public awareness and citizenship participation in reducing plastic use and encouraging segregation and recycling. For this reason, in Jammu and Kashmir, we have urban development department and municipal corporation. Even we have strictly approached them to curb this plastic or the solid waste management. In Jammu and in Srinagar, in Badgam, Chadura, the NGTs use very hard, language to curb and recycle, reuse this plastic waste. And sometimes in the NGT also find these departments. So support for innovation is also a thing that ministry is supporting. We support the research and development, new startups, and industry collaboration for developing the alternatives of the plastic, sustainable packaging solutions, and efficient waste processing technology. In Jammu and Kashmir, some people in Dal Lake, they are doing some good job for R&D work. Some have started their startups. And about the plastic waste. So we have other international engagements also. So MOEF represent India in global forum to addressing marine litter and plastic pollution. So recent studies also show that most of the ichthyofauna or the fishes are badly impacted by the microplastics. Not only the ichthyofauna or the fishes, but also all the marine animals are being impacted by this microplastic or the plastic waste. So it's our responsibility to take care of this. It's all about the demand. Once we started demanding, once we have a very simple and small examples we have, right? Once we go to any fruit seller or any the vegetable seller, we ask them for please give me 2 kg of apple or something. Once he give it to you, you have to have your own, like Sikhan sir has very clearly remarked that we must have some traditional, bags and all those things, which has been built by the local. We support the social health groups, promoting them to have some carry bag, producing carry bag, which are the biodegradable. So it's our responsibility to take care of these things, because if we will not take care of these things, it will be devastated, even the humanity in the so it's for this reason we are, IUCN has taken a step and asked to call for all the IUCN members for just for restricting the plastic efforts. So through integrated effort, MOEFCC is leading India's traditional transition toward a circular economy and sustainable plastic life cycle management. So in a circular economy, what we are doing, we are collecting, recycling, and in Pune, we have a very good example of the Pune Municipal Corporation. They are earning lakhs to lakhs, only segregating all those things and bringing it back in the circular economy. So sustainable plastic life cycle, as I told earlier, the decomposition or degradation of the plastic almost impossible. It takes years to decompose. So we have to bring it back into the circular economy, and we can have the economy for these waste materials. So at the end, I would, in closing, this workshop serve as a platform generating practical solution for and inspiring innovation, not just for ourselves, but for the future generation. I once again commend the organizers and participants for your dedication and wish the workshop great webinar success in advancing the. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khurshid Saab, for this thought-provoking talk. You have enlightened us about the actual theme of this year's World Environment Day. So no doubt we have to think very seriously about our conventions, about our practices and our habits, if we really want to keep this world habitable and safe for us and for all living creatures for that matter. Though seemingly it looks difficult to avoid plastics in our day-to-day life, but the need of the hour is to think about alternatives seriously. And if we are serious, solutions will be there, as also indicated by Dr. Pant and Dr. Chandan. We must convince ourselves to realize the danger and to do our bit for a better future, for a sustainable future. Thank you so much, sir. Our next and the last special speaker is Dr. Muhammad Ashik Sahab. He is with us, gem of a human. Dr. Ashik is currently head of the Department of Botany at Government Degree College, Thanamandi. He has completed his MSc, MPhil, and PhD degrees in botany with specialization in plant virology from Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Later, Dr. Ashik served in Eritrea for 8 long years between 2000 and 2008 as Director of Research at Eritrea Institute of Technology, Asmara, State of Eritrea. He has also served on variety of assignments for about 30 development organizations, including a dozen UN offices and organizations worldwide. Dr. Ashik has 25 books, 97 book chapters, 43 research papers, 36 patents, and over 50 popular articles to his credit. He has edited over 100 issues of magazines and newsletters for various organizations. Several of his publications on refugees and volunteerism have been translated in French, Portuguese, and Spanish. He is the commission member of 5 IUCN commission at present. He has presented papers and served as resource person, invited speaker, keynote speaker in over 200 conferences, seminars, or workshops, both within India and abroad, in about 25 countries in total. With my utmost humbleness, I would invite Dr. Mohammad Ashif Nazar Sahab for his enlightened lecture today. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Junaid Jazab sir. So let me check if the slides are moving. Moving?
No, sir. Just move one slide.
Yeah, I'm trying to move.
Yes, it's fine
moving?
now. Yes.
No, no. Can you check, please? Now moving? No.
No.
Yes. No.
It's working now.
Yes, I want to take this on the presentation mode.
Yes. Meanwhile, we are receiving certain questions from our audience. We'll address them later on after the lecture. These questions are for Dr. Khurshid Alam Sahab. We'll present to him. Sir, you go ahead. But your screen is not visible now, sir. Yes, it's visible now.
Slides are moving?
It's fine now.
Moving? Slides are moving or not?
Yes, sir. It's working.
Are moving?
Moving.
Okay. So, respected Professor Azam Saab, Principal Government Degree College, Mendhar. Fellow panelist, Dr. Shrikant Pant, BGSP Rajouri, Dr. Pankaj Chandanji, Dr. Khurshid Alam Saab, colleagues at Government Degree College, Mendhar, and other institutions across the UT and nation. First of all, I'm really grateful to the principal and especially the organizing secretary, Dr. Junaid Jazab Saab, for giving me an opportunity to be part of this very important seminar on a very important day and the topic. In fact, speaking in front of the experts, it is just showing the candle to the sun. But just I tried to assemble the information at one place and we'll try to bring forward some insights. In fact, as Dr. Khurshid Alam Saab and Dr. Pankaj, as well as Dr. Shrikant, they have nicely talked on the theme of this year's World Environment Day. As you can see on the screen, that is, we have to beat the plastic pollution. Even last year, it was also near to this theme. It means the problem is serious. So World Environment Day, as since morning, we have listened to the deliberations that World Environment Day that started from the Human Environment Conference in the Stockholm in the year 1972, and the first celebration was in the year 1973, and then since then every year it is the part of celebration across almost all the member states of the United Nations. So why the theme is selected? Because the plastic production has skyrocketed from 2 million tons in the year 1950 to some 430 million tons by this day, and it will be 516 million by the end of this year. So there is a new, we can say, increase in the production of, or rather we can say consumption of the plastic. And this year, one nation that is the global host, that is South Korea. Because South Korea has demonstrated the sustainability efforts by advanced recycling systems, plastic bans, and the major retail outlets and investment in the eco-friendly alternatives. So this is the host country, Republic of Korea, popularly we can say South Korea. And why we are doing this? Because the rewards for the fixing this plastic pollution are very profound. Means we will have the cleaner oceans and the lands. We will have the healthier people and the ecosystems. We will have the greater climate resilience and stronger economies. So there is a great, we can say, reward to combat the plastic pollution. And of course, some basic details, because we all know that plastic, they were blessing once upon a time before 150 years. And when the metals, they were being replaced by the plastic because of their good quality, because of, we can say, the cheaper prices. But the things after 150 years changed. And now we are trying to, we can say, get rid of this blessing. So plastic, that is the group of the man-made materials that have been engineered to resist the degradation, and that is the main thing. We manufactured to resist the degradation, and now they are not degrading, and that is the problem. And of course, there are several types of the plastic. Means we can say the polyethylene, that is terephthalate, or we can say polyester simply. High density polyethylene, we can say polyvinyl or PVC, popularly nowadays it is very popular. Low density polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, nylon, etc. So different types of the plastics are there, and you can see here how this is the, we can say, chain of the molecules, and that undergoes the heat and the cooling process, and then softening, hardening, and that we get the products. And the family, this is the family of the polymers. We can say thermostats that cannot be melted, and those can be melted. They are the thermoplastics. And then we can also see that they are the semi-crystalline and they are the amorphous, means which do not have the a particular structure. So this is the base. Now, what is the source of the plastic? Of course, the natural plastic product occurred in the things like the animals, horns, animals, the milk, insects, plants, and trees. Animal horns, that casing, glue. Animal milk, that is formaldehyde, that glue. Insect shells, that is French, we can say polishing. Trees, and the plant cellulose acetate, and cellophane, bitumen, etc. These are some of the, we can say, sources of the natural plastic. So these, we can say, the tree reasons is there, lettuce is there, sugarcane, cotton, etc. These are the sources. The plastic problem is the degradation, and as this is the source is already visible, WWF, you can see the plastic bag, it lasts for 20 years, coffee cup 30, plastic straw around 200 years, and this plastic rings some 400, and this plastic bottle, especially single use, that is 450 years, and this coffee pot 500, and the plastic cup 450 years, and the disposable diaper, etc., this 500 years, and the plastic toothbrush that we simply throw around 500 years. So the data could slightly vary, but the main problem is degradable. Their biodegradation is not so easy. Of course, if we go to the brief history, I will not go in the history, but here the era of the plastic, the precursors start 1839, and then this was the beginning of the plastic era with the semi-synthetic, the natural, the semi-synthetic, and these are some of the people who made the, we can say, who laid the foundation of this plastic era. And of course, then these are some of the, we can say, milestones in the history of the plastic. I will not go in detail, but here in the picture we can see some 19th century and now where we have reached. And of course it was a blessing, it has a great contribution. Still it is really very difficult to discard the plastic, but we have to think alternate. So this plastic has transformed the way of life, but at the same time they have caused the problem. So these three people you can see on the screen, that is Lew Baekeland. He was a person who invented in the New York in the year 1907 that the first fully synthetic plastic that was called as Bakelite. And many chemists, they have contributed to the material science of plastic, including the Nobel laureate Hermann Staudinger, who has been called the father of the polymer chemistry, and Hermann Mach, known as the father of the polymer physics. So these are the people who had a great contribution, who served the humanity for almost 150 years, especially in the last century. If we talk about around 100 and around 10 years or 8 years. So this, the first material we can see named after this Alexander Parks, and then gradual, we can say change, gradual modification, we all have seen over the time. And now here we can see the global consumption and the production of the plastic in the 2000 and this year, the world is expected to consume 516 million tons of the plastic, and it was just 50 tons or something. By 2060, the annual global plastic consumption that may reach up to 1.2 billion tons. So if we not intervene in the production and the responsible consumption, naturally there will be, we can say, problem for the, we can say, existence of entire life on the earth. So what impact? Of course, it has threefold impact. Environmental impact is what? The plastic pollution is present everywhere, from the Mariana Trench, means deepest, we can say, ocean point, to the highest mount peak, that is Mount Everest. It is found, these are found everywhere. An estimated 11 million tons of the plastic leak into the aquatic ecosystem each year. Around 13 million tons of the plastic accumulate into the soil annually. And what about the health? The health impact, the plastic breakdown into the microplastic and nanoplastics, which can enter the food chains and cause adverse health impacts. Microplastic have been found in the human arteries, lungs, brains, and even in the mother's breast milk. So this is the condition scenario right now of the plastic, which become the microplastic, and they cause so many harms to the health of the environment as well as the human and the other fellow beings' health. So these are some of the effects. 10 million tons of the plastic are dumped in the ocean annually, and 50% of all plastic reduced. Of course, now it is not 350, it is around 430 million ton is a single-use plastics, and less than 9% of all these plastic that is get recycled. And then 100% of these mussels tested have contained the microplastic. So it means the microplastics are found everywhere. And 1 million marine animals are killed by plastic pollution each year. And humans eat, on average, some 40 pounds of the plastic in their lifetime. So it means we can see how the problem is serious. So some more facts about the we can say this plastic pollution that is thrown away each year 4 times. 1 million seabirds and 100,000 marine mammals are killed annually from the plastic in our oceans. And how much? 35 billion plastic water bottles are thrown away each year. And plastic constitutes about 90% of all the trash that is floating in our oceans. And of course, we can see the microplastics. We can also divide the primary and the secondary plastics. And here we can see which are direct, and the secondary, they are the indirect. Here the primary, they directly released in the environment in the form of the small particles from the cosmetics, synthetic textiles, tires use, and the city dust, etc. And the indirect, these are originated from the degrading of the larger plastic object into the smaller plastic fragments and once exposed to the marine environment. So this is the, we can say, is sort of classification of, we can say, direct or the indirect, or we can say the primary or the secondary microplastic. And ultimately, they are part of the ecosystem, part of the environment, and they are causing so many, we can say, harms or diseases. Here, the global release of the microplastic to the world oceans, that data that is, you can see how much and what product that is causing the pollution in the oceans. And of course, this microplastic, they could be polyester, polystyrene, polypropylene, or PVC. So these are some 350 million, but now it is around 430, and by end of this, 516 million tons would be deposited in the nature per year. So these are, we can say, sort of the we can say microplastic that causing the menace. So microplastic everywhere we have found, and these are some of the images readily available on the net. But you can see here the different types of these microplastics are found everywhere. And here 25% of the fish, they contain the microplastic, and naturally the fish is consumed by the human beings. And the problem is the level that at every, we can say, in the food chain or the food web, every trophic level, we can say this trophic level, naturally the poison or the toxin, their degree, their, we can say, effect that increase manifold. So these are the, we can say, microplastic. So what are the source? Primary sources, the clothing is there, what we wear, and the plastic pellets, industrial cleaning, and the microbeads from the cosmetics and the pharmaceuticals. And the secondary plastic sources are, these are the plastic litter, the fragments from the tires and the road marking, even the road marking of the and the fragments from the shoe soles and the dust from the urban areas or the cities. So here we can see, number one, you can see there, microplastics are carried into the sea through the sewage, rain, and the pollution. And then the marine life consumes the microplastics and are caught by the fishing boats. And then the microplastic, they enter to the sea supply and are ingested by the humans. And then finally, no, not finally, but one step is more here, that microplastic enter the air through the oceanic evaporation and the air-sea exchange. And we can see here, whatever we are depositing in the sea or the water bodies, that is coming up, and through the precipitation, that is coming back to the earth, and the cycle that completes. So it means it is really nearly, we can say, impossible how we can remove the microplastics from the environment. So here we can see these are some of the, we can say, process how these microplastics, they are becoming the microplastics, and how we can say they're floating, and how because they're higher order consumers, they're heavily affected by their biomagnification. Biomagnification, that is a problem. For example, हम मछली खाते हैं और मछली जो है नेचुरली उसका जो है वो है बायोमैग्निफिकेशन, और नेचुरली हर ट्रॉपिक लेवल जो है उसमें जो है वो इंक्रीज जो है होती रहेगी. So it means the toxins, they are, once they are deposited, their effect that is becoming more and more every organism that consumes it. So this microplastic everywhere, high amount of the microfauna, not only in the sea and the beaches, but also in the rivers, soils around the world, demonstrating how pervasive this modern pollution is. And the source include that the landfills, the plastic culture, the littering, and the sewage sludge. And here amount reaching to the ocean 4.5 to 12.5 million metric ton per year. So data could vary, but this is just a sign. And of course, this is taken from, we can say, the general science. So how the process is shown, how the microplastics, they are causing the trouble, causing the problem to the, we can say, environmental health as well as human health. So how we eat, drink, and breathe the microplastic. Water bottle, and how much per gram? So per gram, you can see the bottled water that contain 94.37 grams. And then the beer, of course, 30. Of course, this is not, we can say, cultural practice, but those culture which practice, and they are also not safe from the microplastic, around 32.27 grams. Then air, simply air, who is not doing any activity, even the air contain microplastic 9.8 grams. Then the tap water also contain 4.24 grams, and then the seafood, that is 1.48. So these are even the sugar that we consume, the salt we consume, that contain, even the honey that contain the microplastic. So estimated annual microplastic particles consumed per person are between 78,000 to 211,000. We can say that is this nanoplastic or microplastic that we can say on an average we consume. So these are some of the, we can say, items through which we are consuming, but not all, because so many foods are there, and we are not safe. Now, what the plastics are doing to the climate? So here, the plastic, when we are dumping this and throwing this in the nature, naturally they emit the methane, a chlorofluoro, we can say, carbon gas, a potent greenhouse gas that leaks from the oil and the gas wells during the production. And then the fossil fuels extraction uses the energy and that disturb land, which releases more climatic warming gases. And then the plastic produces even more greenhouse gas emission when exposed to the sunlight, as it degrades in the landfills, and when it is incinerated. Means how it is when it is wasted naturally, it causes the, we can say, climate change. So if not direct, but indirectly, this plastic pollution that is greatly contributing to the climate change. So here the emissions from the plastic life cycle, here you can see here what is the data here in 2019, 2030, and what we are expecting from the coal plants, that is around 650. So 15. Now this is the scenario of the plastic. Now coming to the general, of course, the climate change is the major problem what the humanity is facing nowadays, and the plastic pollution, that is the main one of the main reasons of this, we can say, climate change. And of course, I will not go in detail, means how the normal climate, even nowadays, this is the month that is June, and the monsoons, they are just around the corner, and they are around 1 month ahead. It means the, we can say, the cycle, the weather cycle that has already altered or changed, modified. So the global warming, that is another concern, sister concern, and that we have to work. And if we will not work, by the end of this century, 3.2 degrees Celsius temperature is expected to rise, and that will lead to with the extinction of so many species from the earth. So these are the some of the, we can say, the top polluters, including the China, the US, and then we are at the third number, then the Russia, Japan, Germany, Iran, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, and Indonesia. So these are some of the nations, and here we can say the most polluted, and we are, you can see here the data is green. It means we have to work, we have to think twice than our, we can say, counterparts when we are talking about the climate change, or we can say managing the plastic pollution. And here we can see the 10 countries which show the highest number of the pollution death, and these are the 10 nations. And of course, the sister concerns are there, and cutting down the forest, that is also the sister concern of the climate change. And this Amazon forest, they were supposed to absorb the we can say carbon dioxide, but unfortunately they are emitting the more carbon dioxide than they are emitting. And of course, this is a result of the, we can say, plastic, and plastic is, that is the we can say conversion into the methane, and then the methane, that is the one of the greenhouse gas. And again, we can say the food wastage and the landfills, and that is also contributing to the climate change. And of course, the agriculture practices, that they are also there. And if we coming to the this, we can say the clean energy, here we can see how much clean and how much dirty on the one end, right? So you can see the clean, and the other the we can see the dirty aspects. And here the person is walking, and on this side the car is there, and how much we can say emissions we are emitting. And naturally, this traditional way, the natural way, or nature-based solution, as Dr. Shrikant was telling us, that is the we can say solution. And of course, our oceans. We have the oceans, and especially the Pacific Ocean. The problem is there that just in the next slide you will see how the oceans, they are contributing around 3 billion people. They are dependent upon the ocean, and they are the, we can say they are safeguarding the life on the earth. And so many benefits are there. They are, of course, the sink tanks of the carbon, but unfortunately, what happened, of course, they are also called by the interrogator over the present UN Secretary General. The oceans have a role in the we can say everyday day's life as a lungs of our planet and as a source of the food and the medicine. So this is the ocean. But unfortunately, what happened until 1975 or 72, before the Stockholm conference, we were thinking that everything, whatever the wastage is there, we have to dump in the seas. But as a result, what happened? What we have created to our oceans, they were neat and clean, and now they are becoming, we can say, the islands of the garbage. And here the 10 biggest we can say problem over oceans nowadays facing, that is of the number one, that we can see, that is of the plastic. And of course, the plastic, you can see here, they are coming from the, we can say, land sources to the rivers, and then to the finally to the seas and the oceans. And over 5 trillion pieces of the plastic currently littering in the ocean. And of course, not only this, the wildlife, Dr. Pankaj was telling before, that how this plastic menace, these are the pictures you can see when this plastic that comes are entangled into the neck. Naturally, it is very difficult for these innocent, we can say, fellow beings to get rid of this. And many, they die unless they are intervened by some, we can say, human heart or kindness. So this is, and then of course, not only this, we can say on the land animals, even we can say the marine animals, they are also victim of the plastic. You can see that these big, we can say animals, maybe the whales or the shark, they are also the victim of this plastic menace. And trash, you can see this is littering. We can say when the Central America is there, or Pacific, or we can see other oceans. And you can see here, by this by the addition of this garbage, or by addition of this, especially man-made plastic, what happened to our oceans? This here there are 5 we can say garbage of island of the garbage, and this is the Indian Ocean gyre, means the gyre with the 3 turns. When the winds, they are rotating from the 3 ends, naturally a gyre is formed, and naturally these we can say these heaps of garbage or island, they are simply floating on this ocean. So one is there in the Indian Ocean and this Atlantic Ocean, and these are of course North Pacific. And one this garbage island is also sailing where in the Indian Ocean. So these are the 5 garbage, and this biggest and that is bigger than the, we can see the map, or the 2 times bigger than the France or the Cuba area. So these are the garbage island which are floating in our oceans, and that the main contributor are the, we can see the plastic, menace of the plastic is there. So here the marine plastic, some slides you can see here, and this is also menace, and they are contributor to the, we can say, methane and other we can say greenhouse gases. So here the marine and the ocean plastic, we can say ocean pollution, some disposals are there. Again, coming to the single-use plastics, around 80% of marine debris and the pollution that is based on the plastic. So, and of course, the agriculture that is also we can say part of the, we can say pollution, and that also contribute to the climate change. And of course, what is the result of this? We can say assemblage, or we can say collection of this garbage at one end, we can say in different parts of the earth, or on different part, or even we can say in the ocean or the water bodies. So look, you can see on the screen, you can see what the plastics they are doing to the life, and of course these ice caps, they are also melting and concerned. So ocean coral bleaching is there, and of course 0.5% as this temperature, when it will rise, then we will not able to see the coral reef. They are the first victim of this we can say this disappearance, or we can say this pollution, and especially the sea temperature rise. So just the first victim will be the coral reefs will be there, and of course in the last slide you have seen that acidification, that is the main thing. Acidification is one, and the other is what, the rise of the temperature, and these coral reefs how they become will become the victim of this we can say temperature rise. So sustainable development, when the environment, society, and the economy go hand in hand, and that concept now it is there, but it is as old as the age is there. So for the nature-based solutions, as Dr. Shrikant was telling, so they are already, maybe we can say, sustainable solutions are there. If we stick to this, naturally solution is there. And we have the Millennium Development Goals, and they are transcending to the 15 Millennium Goals that will end by 2030. And here we can see the goal number 13, sorry, goal number 12, goal number 13, goal number 14 and 15. They are mainly concerned with the climate change, and the most important is, so for plastic menace is concerned, that is goal number 12. Why goal number 12 is concerned? Because it is about the responsible consumption and responsible production. If we are the factory or industry owner, we have not to produce a plastic, especially single use. And if we are the consumer, we have to think 10 times when we are using the single-use plastic. So both as a consumer and producer, this goal number 12, and the 13 means the climate change, and then this is life under the water, and this is life on the earth, on our land. So these 5 P's are there, means how the people, and then they were living in prosperity and the peace and with the partnership on this planet. So the 5 P's are there that will tell us the meaning of the sustainable development, and that the ways cross through the we can see menace of the plastic. So these special goals, sustainable development, that we all have committed as a member state, 12, 13, 14 and 15, especially goal number 12, that is very, very important, sustainable, or we can say consumption, as well as sustainable production. So this is the most important goal. If we develop the, we can say, responsibility or self-discipline, naturally our mindset change, naturally we will be able to tackle the plastic pollution. So what actions are required to climate change? Of course, the number one, as we are just on this page, that is reducing the plastic pollution. And 3 R's, very popular 3 R's are there: reduce, recycle and reuse. Many people, they add the 4 or 5 R's are there, but main thing is how we can rethink about the plastic. So, and then of course the recycling is not we can say alone. not enough. Because it is estimated only 21% of the plastic today is economically recyclable, meaning that the value of recycled material is high enough to cover the cost of the collecting, sorting, and the processing it. Only 9% of all plastic produced are actually being recycled. This we have seen in the first or second slide. And the main, as Dr. Khurshid Alam was telling, that a circular economy, that is a solution for plastic, and that is the way forward. And a comprehensive circular economy approach could reduce the volumes of the plastic. So we have to shift from the linear to the we can say circular economy. So efforts of at the global level, of course, there are efforts are there. These sustainable development goals, that is a part of the climate action, and especially the meeting the plastic. So far plastic is concerned, in the year 2022, at the UN you can say Environment Assembly, the member state agreed to begin negotiation on the international legally binding instrument on the plastic pollution, including in the marine environment. Since then, the countries have met at the 5 sessions of the Intergovernmental Negotiation Committee on the plastic pollution to work toward the agreement. Now, the third year, this is the third year, means 2022 to 2025. Third year, the second part of this, the 5th session, that is INC, will take place in Geneva, Switzerland, this year in the August, after 2 months. This marks the critical point, once in a generation opportunity to secure a global treaty that redefines our relationship with the plastics and safeguard human as well as the environmental health. So for the national, we can say efforts, of course, the mission life, that is not national, that is our initiative as a nation to the world, how we can develop the, we can say lifestyles which are pro-environment, and which we can offer, we can say, nature-based solutions to the world, and how we can get rid of the, we can say, plastic pollution and other, we can say, components of the pollution. So here, the India has adopted a strong legal and policy, we can say, policy framework to tackle the plastic waste crisis. To the laws, reforms, and the mission, the country is working to ensure responsible plastic use, recycling, and disposal. The Ministry of Environment, as Dr. Khurshid Alam can tell us better, that act that of 1986 has notified various waste management rules to ensure environmentally sound handling of the waste. On such rule, the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules 2021, which is amended, which strengthens the regulation on the plastic waste to promote the sustainability and the reduce pollution. So, of course, that is also part of, we can say, the mission life, supplementing the mission life. So the key provisions under the plastic waste amendment, that is 2021, we have to ban on the, we can say, identified single-use plastic by from December 2022, but this is now 2025. It means in principle we are okay, but in practice we have to reinforce our efforts, collective efforts, and blame not should go to one single party. Every individual, we can say, citizen, that is responsible to implement this, we can say, lofty goal of banning the single use, we can say, plastic, ban on the thin plastic carry bags, and then, of course, the ban on the lightweight non-woven bags. In the state level actions, we can say, committees are also framed under this amendment rule 2021. Now, community-based, as we are aware, community-based initiatives are there. Swachh Bharat phase 2 is there, and Swachh Bharat 2020, and then Swachh Bharat mission, that is urban 2.0, that is also there. And through this, the community-based, we can say, cleanliness drives are being organized across the nation to tackle the, we can say, climate crisis and change the climate. Then, so that it can sustain the life on the planet, especially in this part of the world. Then local innovations, and there are some inspiring, we can say, best practices that plastic waste reduction is there. We have 2 examples I have quoted. Here we can see this, the Kamalpur in the Tripura and Trichy in the Tamil Nadu. So these are the examples where the, we can say, local innovations, they are driving out the plastic waste, we can say, plastic waste reduction is there. Then the building is sustainable plastic economy, of course, that is TDP there, DST is there, CSIR, and so many organizations, they are working through the research, through innovation, and through funding, and so many schemes, how we can come up with the, we can say, sustainable plastic economy. So these are some of the, we can say, 10 zones have been identified here, and we expect that the Jammu and Kashmir, we will request Dr. Khurshid Alam that of course Jammu and Kashmir should also be in focus over environmental conservation is concerned, or the climate is there. So these are some of the, we can say, 10 we can say areas which have been are zones which have been identified to reduce the plastic use. So responsible plastic use and disposal, extended producer responsibility, EPR, that was launched in 2020. This presently total of the 50,131 of the producer, importer, and the brand owners have been registered on this centralized portal. This is the web address of this portal, that EPR portal, and then 2,840 plastic waste processor registered till now, and 103 lakh tons of the waste processed through the centralized EPR portal till December 24. So this is the screenshot from this portal, and anybody can visit this portal, and that is because a great initiative of the our government, and how we can get rid of this plastic wastes. And of course, coming to the Jammu and Kashmir here. Of course, many laws and this amendment 2021 that is also being applied here. Increasing recycling rates, a promising outlook is there in the fiscal year 2020. The UT has achieved naturally more than 52% recycling rate of the plastic waste, up to the 49.97 in 2023. But this is the paperwork, there is the research, but as we belong to Jammu and Kashmir, we have to just correlate whether this data is corresponding on the ground reality. If not, then we have to put, we can say, giant efforts to bring this data even more promising in the coming years. This progress underscored the region's commitment in reducing the environmental impact of plastic waste despite the rising volumes of the waste generated. So initiatives to curb these single-use plastics are there, but still we can see the ground reality is there. Of course, in principle, that there is a ban, but in practice, these plastics are being readily used by many citizens, and I think the self-responsibility that also comes, and we have to curb the corruption. The people those who are involved, we have to bring the strong laws so that we should implement at least banning the single-use plastic. Distribution of the cloth bags was there, but it is a very small effort, just 10,000 cloth bags, but we have around we can say around 1.5 crore for a population in Jammu and Kashmir. Naturally, this is a very negligible step, but I think we have to contribute. We have to move forward jointly toward this initiative. How we can carry the we can say cloth bags as our ancestors, our previous we can say generations, they were carrying the bag when we are buying the things from the shops. Enforcement measures should be there. And then, of course, this single-use plastics, they should be banned as early as possible. What challenges are there? Decrease in the, of course, we have the decrease in the single-use plastics is there, but still we need the public awareness and behavioral change. That is the main thing. Unless a person change, no force can change the person unless he or she changes by him or herself. So that is the behavioral change. We have to work by the awareness, by the education, and then of course we have to expand the infrastructure. So these are some of the, we can say, challenges what we are facing at we can say in Jammu and Kashmir or local level, and what roadmap we have for the Jammu and Kashmir. Enhanced recycling programs, the stronger regulations we need, and community we can say engagement, and more important, how we can change the mindset, how we can build the mindset toward a sustainable we can say this environmental conservation, or we can say the biodiversity conservation, and that we can do by the we can say massive we can say education and the awareness. So these are some of the roadmaps. And of course, the problem could be fixed. Other related initiative, what we can do, of course, as today it was Environment Day, and most of the organizations, maybe in the center or in the state or UTs, mostly they have planted the plants. So plants we have to plant on every occasion, even not only we can say this on the Earth Day or the Environment Day, other we can say official days, but even on the Christmas, on the Guru Parv, Diwali, Eid, and we have to plant more plants to combat the climate change. Now we have to focus on the, we can say, planet friendly investment, the circular economy, that is very, very important. And so for oceans are concerned, we have to develop the blue economy. So these economies we have to reshape or revisit. And of course, this is also the allied on the we can say, this is also a related concept how we can combat the desertification, of course, by the plantation. And of course, clean energy is there, and the good thing is there. These are the buses, advanced buses, and you can see this is the Thanamandi road. Today morning I took this photograph. This e-rickshaw is there that is flying on the Thanamandi road. So it means the e-rickshaw, it means the clean energy step. They are very promising. They are reaching to the all corners of the country. So that is a very good an excellent step, and it means the things are quite, we can say, fixable, quite manageable if we determine. So waste can say food, because the food that is assembling, that is also contributing to the we can say and other greenhouse gases. Dress should be, we can say, climate smart. We should climate smart, because the dresses, they also convert into microplastic particles, and then they become the part of the problem. And of course, we have to shop locally. And of course, the community. These are the photographs when I, along with Dr. O.P. Sharma Vidyarthi ji. So he's a, we can say, conservationist, and he was so concerned, and we highlighted this, the community-based conservation. These are the initiatives we can initiate, we can promote, and through this we can conserve the, we can say, rare plants and rare animal species. And of course, for water bodies, of course, they are the smaller lungs of the earth, but unfortunately now they are becoming the dumping grounds of the plastic and other, and naturally they are releasing the, we can say, greenhouse gases, and contributing negatively to the, or adversely to the, we can say, climate change. So what we can do, the main thing is awareness, and awareness by the, we can say, organizing the seminars like this, like in the quiz, essays, and other attractions. And especially the main important is mindset change. Unless we change the mindset, we cannot bring any change practically on the ground. So no change is expected unless we change mindset and instill self-discipline in ourselves. So this is the main thing. जब तक हम अपने आप को चेंज नहीं करें तो चेंज जो नहीं आएगी. So this is some of the, some organizations, their address is already written here. They have recommended, but it is a giant, we can say, venture. These are some of the ways how we can combat the ocean plastic. Of course, ocean is very far, so far Kashmir is concerned, but our small act of any, we can say, small, we can say, piece of plastic, एक बाल्टी टूट जाती है, वो उसके माइक्रोप्लास्टिक बनते हैं, वो कहाँ वाटर बॉडी कहाँ पहुंच जाता है, ओशन में, ऐसी में, and naturally that creates a lot of trouble to that life, और वही प्लास्टिक वापस प्रेसिपिटेशन के जरिए वापस अर्थ में आता है, और that causes so many type of the problems. So ये कुछ these are some of the, we can say, initiatives, or we can say precautions to combat the, we can say, plastic pollution. Boycott a single-use plastic, that we have to commit, but individually, community level, as well as we have to bring the stronger laws and stronger punishments, so that we should avoid using the single plastic, but with the alternates, and join the reusable, we can say, revolution, as of course the nature-based solutions, and the shop we have to local, and then the minimize the bathroom and the cleansing product. So ये आप देख ले कि how we can reduce these, we can say, soaps or other, we can say, bathroom products, so that they are ultimately going where, to the water bodies, they are impairing the water bodies, and the life is also there. Purchase the second hand instead of buying the new one, and then buy fewer high quality items made to last. Means not use and throw. Then choose a product made from the recycled material, and then consider sharing and hiring instead of the owning. Lead by example, and we have to inspire others. So these, so far we are talking about the oceans. We have to think about the land, because both are interconnected, and so far cycle is there. Whatever our action is there on the land, they are going to the ocean, and they are coming back to the land. So here, what we can do at the source, we have to we have to adopt the prevention. Then along the way, for example, in Kashmir, from the Kashmir, the water is traveling to the ocean or the sea. Naturally, on the way, we have to measure, we have to take care, or we have to control the pollution if there is any that is there in the present in the water body. And then at the sink, we have to collect and clean the, we can say, the sink from the source to the sink. And of course, there are examples. There are people who are working, and you can see here the very inspiring example here. This was a garbage. We have just discussed that 5 garbage islands are there, but the people, they are working and cleaning the ocean. And you can see here the beautiful flora have been grown on the, we can say, sea, on the surface of the sea or ocean. And now here so many fish and other animals, they are now relying on this. They are consuming this, and they are living life happily here because of this cleanliness action in the sea, and the people, they are working here. And of course, this is some of the inspiration how the cleanup mission, these are the people. And of course, in the Indian Ocean, there are so many people, activists are there who are working to clean up this we can say ocean and the seas, to get rid of the plastic mains. Now finally, these are some of the solutions. Means we have to say no to the single-use plastic. We have to stop buying the water bottle. These are almost a sort of the repetition that we have seen, particularly for the, we can say, ocean. But here, the going back to a tradition, nature-based ways to alive, as Dr. Shrikant has rightly indicated or pointed us, that is the base. We can see the plastic age is 150 years, and we are get rid. But these nature-based solutions, they are centuries old, thousands of years are there, and they are still relevant. It means they are more durable, and we have to adopt these nature-based simple ways of the of life. And then choose clothing made from the natural fibers in the centric one. The put pressure on the manufacturers that sustainable consumption and sustainable production should be there. Install mandatory dustbins on the roadside. For example, हम गाड़ी से जा रहे हैं और हम कहीं वाटर बोतल है कहीं फेंकना चाहते हैं, हम कहाँ फेंकेंगे? हम नाली में फेंक देंगे. अगर कहीं जगह जगह पे वहाँ डस्टबिन अगर हो रोड साइड पे, तो नेचुरली जो है that will be more we can say fixable problem. So then make biodiversity as part of the governance. I have presented a paper in Nepal last year, and the topic was the bio-governance. Means how we can include the, we can say, concern of the biodiversity in the governance. So governance, the morality and the individuality, they have to join hands and they work together to combat this very fixable problem that is the plastic. So if we will not able to fix this, what we are saying, we will not able to reverse this biological diversity curve. So this curve is there in the 1970. How much the biodiversity, very rich biodiversity is there in 2010. You can see the biodiversity is reducing, and if we will not take care, you can see it will by 2050 it will be going down, and by end of this century, means next century, now you can see only few animals and plants will remain unless we will opt increase conservation efforts, more sustainable production, and more sustainable consumption. So consumption and production. So these are the things we have to intervene, we have to work, and especially we have to work on the alternates of this plastic, and naturally we will be able to reverse this biological diversity curve. Otherwise we will not able to see many of the species what we are seeing today. So these are some of the references, and thank you so much. Sorry if I took the long time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashik Saab, for a bit detailed and wonderful discussion about microplastics and the dangers associated with these microplastics. So it, in a way, has so easily become part of our food chain, and eventually it's part of our bodies. Seeing this alarming situation, what we have to do is to discourage and avoid it at every cost. Thank you so much. Each talk today is so precious and so inspiring for us that it makes this event something of huge significance. And this is how we can contribute our bit for a sustainable future. I should mention here that in addition of audience connected with us through Google Meet, we have a good number of people watching us on YouTube live streaming. So now we are moving towards conclusion. Before I invite our Principal Sahab there are some questions, I believe. Qasim sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There is one, at least there is one
Sir,
question.
one question is asked by the Gohar Shapu, sir. He's asking that he's asking to Dr. Khurshid Alam, sir, that Jammu Municipal Corporation has one dumping site at Mishriwala, but it is not fully demarcated and it highly pollutes surrounding areas, including GDC Mishriwala. So, what will be the suggestions for this?
Your voice is not. Please.
Dr. one.
Sir,
There is a echo. Can you please?
sir, I am repeating the question.
Yeah,
Dr. Gohar Ahmed Shapu. Dr. Gohar Ahmed Shapu is asking that Jammu Municipal Corporation has one dumping site at Mishriwala, but it is not fully demarcated and it highly pollutes surrounding areas, including GDC Mishriwala. So, what will be the suggestions for this, sir?
Yes, now the municipal corporation has started for applying of the environmental clearance. Earlier they have applied for and they have granted the environmental clearance for that. We have a lot of we have a lot of conditions for all those dumping sites, as well as the solid waste management sites. So that has been expired last year. So they have now applying for the same. So once they will granted that, they will follow all the conditions marked by the ministry.
Thank you. Thank you. Kamsa, is there any other query?
No, sir. There is no other.
Okay. Thank you. So now the time has come to invite our principal for the presidential address. So I would call upon Dr. Muhammad Azam Sahab, our principal and the man behind all our endeavors. Sir, please go ahead with your presidential address.
Sir, unmute yourself, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Junaid sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Respected Dr. Pankaj Chandan, Senior Nature Conservation Scientist and former team leader of WWF. Dr. Khurshid Alam, Deputy Director, Nodal Officer, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. Respected Dr. Shrikant Pant, Director, IC Center for Biodiversity Studies, BGSP, University Rajouri, and Dr. Muhammad Ashaq, renowned peace activist and HOD Botany, GDC Thanamandi, all keynote speakers, coordinator IQAC and advisory committee, my organizing secretary, again Dr. Junaid and his team, all research scholars, participants. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Today, the World Environment Day, celebrated every year, and it raises global awareness about protecting nature, fighting pollution, and promoting sustainability for a greater future. It is organized by the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, and it encourages people of all ages to take action against pollutions, climate change, and deforestation. For younger generation, it is a perfect day to learn about sustainability and how small actions like use of dustbins can lead to a cleaner, greener planet, that is our Earth. This day reminds us that protecting nature is everyone's responsibility. It is our collective efforts which can help in future generation and the time to come in near future. It serves as a reminder for everyone to take meaningful steps towards protecting nature, reducing pollution, and preserving natural resources. The day encourages people to plant more trees, recycle waste, and minimize the use of plastic. Our students can take part in tree planting, recycling programs, and community cleanup drives. This day teaches us to live in harmony with nature and fight against the global warming and other issues. This World Environment Day focuses on solution to beat plastic pollution, and rightly so. Plastic pollution is choking our planet, harming ecosystems, human well-being, and the climate on the whole. Plastic waste clogs river, pollutes the ocean, and endanger wildlife. All our revered keynote speakers, they have spoken in detail about the theme and related issues and their solutions. Those can contribute for the sustainable development. As all the speakers, they have covered entire areas of concerns, and it is I can say it is our duty, collective efforts, one and all who are present in this webinar, or who are hearing, or in future who are being aware by different organizations. So it is our collective efforts for the fruitful results, because the revered keynote speakers, they have raised the issues and also throw light for their solutions, so that we can contribute towards the sustainable development at the national as well as international level. So let us pledge to protect our planet and secure a healthier earth for our future generations. Our collective efforts will prove successful for the generations to come. Keeping in mind the time constraint, so I, at the end, can say that can thank you all the speakers who are present here. I am highly thankful for to the keynote speakers for sparing some time from their busy schedule, and I will congratulate you to as you have spared the time and you are having the concern about the environment as a whole. I once again thank all the speakers, scholars, organizers, and who are present in this webinar, who have attended, and who are contributing for sustainable development. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wisdom words. Your inspiring words do matter for us. Now, for formal vote of thanks and concluding remarks, I call upon Dr. Sarshad Hussain Sahab. Dr. Sarshad Hussain Sahab, Coordinator, IQAC, Government Degree College, Mendhar.
Thank you, Dr. Junaid, and all the participants. On my behalf, Professor Inamul Haq will take this part. Professor Inamul Haq, please.
Thank you, Junaid sir and Sarshad sir. As we come to the close of today's inspiring webinar on the occasion of World Environment Day 2025, we take a moment to reflect on the meaningful discussions and insightful thoughts shared throughout the session. The theme of today's celebration reminds us that every small action towards protecting the environment counts, from understanding biodiversity to realizing the importance of conservation. We have been enriched by the knowledge and experiences of our esteemed speakers. Let us not treat this day as a mere formality. Instead, let us be a new beginning, a collective pledge to become more responsible citizens of the planet. Whether it's planting a tree, reducing plastic use, or spreading awareness, each one of us has a role to play in shaping a healthier and greener future. On behalf of Department of Environmental Sciences and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Government Degree College, Mendhar, I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who contributed to in this webinar. A special note of gratitude to Dr. Mohammad Junaid Jazib sir, Head of the Department of Environmental Sciences, for initiating today's session with warmth and enthusiasm. We are also grateful to Dr. Maruf Khan sir, HOD Botany and Staff Secretary, for his thoughtful and graceful welcome address setting the tone of this event. Our sincere thanks to Dr. Bashir Ahmad, HOD Physics, for his inspiring to remain present in this webinar. We also express our deep appreciation to our keynote speakers who brought depth and value to this program. Dr. Speaker Pant, the Director in Charge, Center for Biodiversity Studies, BU University, for his enlightening words on biodiversity conservation. Dr. Pankaj Chandan, sir, Senior Nature Conservation Scientist and former team leader at WWF, for his real-world insights into conservation strategies. Dr. Khurshid Alam, Deputy Director and Nodal Officer, Ministry of Environment, Government of India, for sharing government perspectives and practical solutions. Dr. Muhammad Ashik, peace activist and HOD Botany, Government Degree College, Thanamandi, for adding a unique and social ecological lens to conservation and special focus on get rid of plastic, particularly single-use plastics. I also thank Professor Muhammad Qasim, faculty member of this college, for leading the interaction and question answer session, allowing participants to engage meaningfully. I also, I especially honored to have had Dr. Muhammad Azam, our respected principal, deliver the presidential address, reinforcing our commitment as an academic institution to the cause of environmental sustainability. Finally, heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sashad Hussain, coordinator IQAC, continuously contributing to such programs. And to all our participants from various regions, thank you for your presence and active engagement. We hope today's session leaves a lasting impact on all of us thoughts and actions. Let us move forward with a renewed sense of purpose, to live responsibly, act mindfully, and protect our environment together. Thank you all. Stay safe, stay green. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Inam Sahab. So with this, we conclude this session, but I should say that as a courtesy and thanks from our side, we'll be presenting certificates to our resource persons as well as certificate of participation to our attendees later today or tomorrow. Thank you all, especially our key speakers, Dr. Pankaj Sahab. He has, due to some emergency, he has already left. Dr. Khurshid Sahab, Dr. Ashik Sahab, and last but not the least, Dr. Pant Sahab. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. With this, we conclude this program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much. After vacation, we will celebrate also.